Rest in peace to Jamal Water. Rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. Rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. Now, look here. I'm not gonna scream. I'm not gonna shout because my kids are asleep. My wife is working, so I'm gonna keep this abundantly clear. I cannot stand Umar haters. I cannot stand you. I cannot stand all the hate and Israel just because the man does more before 6 a.m. than most niggas do in a lifetime. All you do is sit around and plot on the internet talking about we're gonna ruin black women's lives today. No, we're tired of you panderers and all this other shit, you know, whatever, whatever. Just because a couple of niggas, just because a couple of niggas. Well, I said that totally wrong because I ain't a nigga. Just because a person loves black pussy does not mean that you have to, number one, talk down to a woman the way that you do. And the way he comes up behind y'all, he swooshes you out the way and says, Black queens forever, nobody's never. I say, Black queens forever, nobody's never. I say, Black queens forever, nobody's never. And the whole crowd gets up and roars with such applause. You have issues. So you're going to do any and everything to downplay this man just because you don't have the guts to do something that he has done, what, 20 plus years? What have you ever done in your life besides nag and nag all day? Of course, the man got issues. What other man doesn't have issues? What man does not have issues? So everybody knows about the Siobhan Stone situation. I told you before I could care less about his personal situation. Whatever happens between him and that girl, that's his business. But besides all that, she goes on Storm Monroe, and by the way, that nigga's gay. So anyway, he goes on, she goes on Storm Monroe's live stream and utters and stutters and just the whole plot is just filled with gaps. The whole plot is filled with gaps. Now she came in there and started infiltrating like a mother. And I would like to give a shout out. I would like to give a shout out to what was her name? I forgot the woman's name, but there was a particular black woman. There were two of them. One was very down the middle, and the other one was a supporter. Now, the one that was down the middle, I paid most concentration to because at least she cut it down the middle. First and foremost, he said Umar set himself up. I believe he did with this woman because, quite frankly, she was there to infiltrate. And by God, she did. Because how good did she take it? What was her purpose other than to dox him and his mother? What was the purpose? There's only one person that I know specifically that would do some stupid shit and would possibly have paid her to do the most egregious, the most sinister thing, and that's go and say the most egregious thing about his mother, which I wouldn't even do my worst enemy. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy, but yet you did, which makes you more sinister and more despicable than ever before. And I'm talking to Mrs. Stony. I'm sorry, Mrs. Phony. Stony Phony with the smelly coochie. Stony Phony with the smelly coochie. So I'm gonna give a shout out to a couple of people who split it all down the middle and said that this woman is nothing but a fake, phony, uh, I don't even know what she is, but let me ask you a question. How would you feel, throat coat? How would you feel if you had engagements, but you trusted in someone, just like I did. You entrusted in someone to take care of your mother, put money in your pocket. It wasn't in a personal, it wasn't a person. This was business. This was business. He put money in your pocket, and the only thing he ever asked you to do was to take care of his mom while went away and started handling business. I'm like, really? The first thing you do is start snooping around and started taking pictures and taking photos. I would have sued your ass. I would have sued your ass for defamation of character and smut. That's what I would have done. But again, I said this on my live video. This is on Umar. He has to follow up and filter through. I know there must be some free, not free attorney because no attorney is free. He has to represent himself at this point, and he can represent himself well. He can represent himself well. I mean, his first baby was being a defense attorney. He could have went to school for that, but instead, his passion was to do this. But anyway, to take care of children. Which, by the way, let me ask you a question: if he were not passionate about children, what the do you think he could have not he could have done for your son? You said, and I quote, and you said this to Lennon on it, you said this to Tasha K, you said this to this gay ass nigga Mrs. Stormy Monroe. You said to that gay ass nigga that he can't handle his business with that 16-year-old son of yours, which you told to drive from Kansas City. Did he have his license? But never mind. Let me not start there. If he couldn't handle your 16-year-old son, 16 years old, then the only thing he could do is give advice because the boy, the brother, the young brother, he's 16 with autism. Because I don't know if you have any other sons or not, but you said he couldn't do anything for your 16-year-old son, which is a motherfucking lie. And he didn't have no interactions with he couldn't have no interaction. He didn't want to do anything. I'm like, that's kind of funny because of all the lectures, all the kids that he has met throughout the years, all the teleconferences that he does on Tuesdays with the supposedly single mothers, all the kids from New Orleans that he has spoken to, the kids from New Orleans, the kids from St. Louis, the kids from Ghana, the kids from Ukraine, Uganda, the kids, but most kids around the world that he has ever talked to. What makes you think he couldn't do anything for your fucking son? what you know was a motherfucking lie that came out your mouth. But you gonna go to this agate ass nigga and to Mrs. Stormy Monroe. You need to do more. You just need to concentrate and do more interviews with Jaghead Wright. I ain't got nothing against Jaguar Wright, but she gave you the interview of the century. She gave you two interviews of the century. And you came up with that red, green, blue, red, orange, yellow, all the colors of the flag. Wear that proud, my nigga. I tell you what, we'll go ahead, he'll go ahead and film the whole house, right? Since you want him to do that, right? He'll go and did that. What up, though? But where was I at? Oh yeah. Since you want so bad for Umar to go into his own mother's house, which he should sue you for defamation of character too, and a couple of and HIPAA. But anyway, since you want him to go up in his mom's house, film his mom's house, he has no problem doing that. Just as long as you can prove that you're gay. Go ahead and prove that. So let the whole world know that you suck cock for a living. I don't condone that type of shit, but you really are sus. You really are sus. And this in the bullshit that you said about Africa, nobody from Africa, and I will make sure of it myself that you, Stormy, Mrs. Stormy Monroe, never step foot in Africa. Ever, ever. Because of that bullshit that you said on your live, right? About Africa. When was the last time you met a real African person? Even though we have African descendants in our family. Why the fuck would you talk about Africa like that? Like you ain't never been to Africa in your life. I never been to Africa, but I know some Africans. They live near me. They live around me. You know Haitians are Africans, right? Oops. You know Jamaicans are Africans, right? Oops. I have a combination of those who live next door to me. And we get along just great. I want everybody to go to this sissy ass nigga's live stream. I forgot. I forgot the. Let's see. I can't pinpoint the exact. Oh, when he said it, I can't timestamp. I can't point the timestamp. But just listen to it. Let's just go ahead and listen to it. But anyway, this woman is literally doing the exact same thing that Lennon wants you to do. Lennon has gone too far. Lennon Honor has gone too far. First of all, he's the wrong person that you would want to speak to. The wrong person. Talking about stealing. If Umar is stealing from black people, then Lennon Honor is the biggest crybaby when it comes to how much money he has stolen from African Americans. He is the biggest crybaby. And I can't believe of all the videos, he has what 500 videos that no one pays attention to. This is his biggest nemesis. Well, second biggest nemesis. his biggest nemesis, and yet no one sees that this dude is weird. Lennon gets zero poom poom. I have no idea. But hold on one second, guys. Of course, every time I come home, duty always calls for me. Uh, Give me one second, guys. What? You can't just come in here and sing a lot like that when I'm on a call. You called me. I know. Come here. What? I am on a call and my back is itching. Please. Oh, okay, okay. Grab that pole, start itching. That's what people use for a Look, I listen. I just need 15 seconds of your time. Jesus fucking. Oh, yes, on the side, go down. Thank you, go down. Oh, back scratching. Sorry about that, gang. It's either yeah, it's either that or you don't. That's the question I want to ask since I'm here, and I'll ask this as many times as I can. How the hell do you, a married man of five, a married man of five, but you have the nerve and the audacity to complain that Umar's not married? And I figure out why. Because his wife wouldn't agree with the mission. He probably wouldn't agree with the mission that he's on. Probably wouldn't agree to it, and probably wouldn't take heed of what he is doing, or possibly couldn't wait for him. I mean, he's traveling all around the world, so he has a duty and a mission to black kids. Period. And if you're not the type of woman, I'm sorry, if you're not the type of woman that is down for his program, then you don't need to be around him. So this is one of the reasons why he's not married. But Living Honor, a married man of five, has that much time to do a live interview. Mind you, this man is a failure. He is a failure at music. He is a failure at happiness. This man is a failure in Bedsterdom. He had to beg the black community to move from LA to Utah. There's countless videos which I don't know why these people. Well, when I was in the Umar sector, our basic mission was to clown Lennon and countless of others. But apparently his paper low. So what's the content? Umar is always Umar has always been the content. So so this girl comes out and she said it's Siobhan Stone, Siobhan Stoney, Go, whatever you want to call her. She comes out and starts saying all of us YouTubers, all of us slow people, um, let me do what I do. Don't come after me. You're the one that's doing it. You're the one that's doing this. You the one volunteered to um, take care of his mother. You're the one that volunteered to suck his what you call that shit, shango stick or whatever the case may be, which I don't care for, by the way. But you were adult enough to go to his, well, to volunteer to take his money to go, which I know you got paid to go to that woman's residence, and you, instead of you doing your duties, you spied on him and took it back to Lennon after so many months and did what? Docs, which it is a crime. It is a crime. And I hope if I hope for the sake, for his sake, that he follows through with this lawsuit, because this is mainly on him. He has to follow through with this lawsuit, and I hope he does. If he doesn't, then it's all for nothing. But if he does, follow through with it and find a lawyer that would take your case, which I'm sure there are plenty of lawyers out there that would take his case. He's going to get some money from this. But the first person that I would sue would be Lynn. The second person that I would sue would be her. Simple as that. Because you have mountains of evidence, which this man has doxed. He has doxed. He has, um, uh, I want to say the word, um, said that he was smoking crack, or accused him. He was accusing Umar of smoking crack, accusing Umar of degrading women, treating treating women badly. And then he went so low as to say that he's had relations with little girls and little boys. This is how low he gets. And the reason why he gets that low is because he doesn't get too much attention from his little wife. Oh, he doesn't get that much attention, which is so sad in itself. But I would, if I mean, I'm not gay or anything, but if I was your wife, I wouldn't be paying attention. I'll divorce your ass, because I know it's annoying to her. I know it's annoying to find out that this nigga woke up early in the morning to plot. This nigga plotting, which is terrible, and you sent that woman. Lennon Honor sent that woman to spy on Umar just to try to prove a point. Okay, you proved that he doesn't keep a clean house. What normal man does not keep a clean house? Obviously, he has some shit to do. When we were in college, we didn't keep a clean room. Your point? He's not. Why can't he just take care of his mom? Let's not go to the kids. He don't take care of his kids. That woman is 23 years old and making a mock. Well, she hasn't made too much noise of what I've heard, but I'm not going to speak on Anissa too much. I'll just say this about Anissa. God bless her, and God bless what she does. Hopefully, she has settled down to the point where she don't even she doesn't even have to depend on her father, not too much, because she has relatives in Philly. She has relatives in Philly. She has her mom, which she's not getting along with her mom because her mom kicked her out the house. But those are his kids, not yours. So why are you worried about his kids? Why are you would you go to his would you trust entrust your your daughter, your son to go to his school? Yep. Because guess what? The teachers of today ain't teaching shit. The teachers of today ain't teaching these black kids a damn thing. Just imagine, just imagine a person of Dr. Umar's ilk could teach thousands, or let's just start off with a low number, hundreds of kids, second through fourth grade, because that's how he's going to start. Second through fourth grade, and then the next year, fifth and sixth grade, and so on and so forth. He's going to start teaching. And just imagine how far we would get along. And I'm not saying that any other person has done this. And I'm getting so sick and tired of having to explain to people, if you decide to come in your city, in your state, to come up with a school for black boys and black girls, do that without people, do that without bragging. Do that without bragging rights. Because we should be working together for a common goal, for a common purpose. But this is the internet. So, and in combination with the internet in real life, no one gives a shit anymore. No one gives a shit. I graduate Cuba. I graduate uh, Roman or whatever his name is from Atlanta. I forgot what his name was. But if you know his name, put it in the chat. Um, I don't have no problem with them. They're doing the Lord's work. If to be perfectly honest with you, but instead of going 3 steps forward with FDMG, you wanted to take 6 steps back because of your ignorance. And I'm talking to Lennon Anna personally. We're getting sick and tired. Enough is enough. If we can find a way personally, if I have to call, I swear to God, if I have to call Google, if I have to call somebody to say, this dude is a weirdo, a psycho, but I'm not Umar. Umar's going to have to do this. Umar is going to have to step up and say, enough is enough. As a matter of fact, Umar supporters are getting tired of getting sick and tired of these anti Umar supporters. Um, Public offender. I heard you, my nigga. I will get with you at a later date. We're tired. We are tired. We are fed up. If you do not like dealing with this man, if you do not like his messages, if you do not like what he does, please, first and foremost, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Stick to your gender war conversations. Just stick to them. Quite frankly, I'm tired of listening to him, but I'd rather listen to a fake gender war battle than having to listen to people slander Umar's name. Leave that man alone. He's content. I don't care. The rest of us are going to be moving forward. Get out of the way. Move out the way. This is not for you. This battle for black boys turning into young men. Struggle. This is a this is a time of struggle. People are losing their jobs. Thousands of people are losing their jobs. Hundreds of people are losing their lives because they don't know what to do with themselves. And the only thing you can think about at this moment is who's who's Shango stick. Who cares? He's a 50-year-old grown ass man. Leave him the hell alone. If you don't like what he's feeling, leave him the hell alone. This is Stormy Monroe. If you don't like the message that he's feeling, leave him the hell alone. You ain't doing nothing but sitting on the internet hoping Jaguar Wright shakes your pussy. Putting her hand all up in your pussy. Pussy with a B, not a P. But anyway, if he has any issues, you know where to find me. But anyway, oh, as far as Lennon is concerned, he's gonna be 60 years old, 60, 70 years old by the time he stops. School been finished, everything would have been done already. He's not gonna stop. But I tell you, when that money run low, when he get that letter in the mail, he'll stop. I've been waiting for him to sue Lennon Honor for what, a couple of years now. Sue him for defamation of character and slander. And you can possibly sue him for HIPAA too. Probably wouldn't go anywhere, but you could possibly sue him for HIPAA because he allowed that woman to spread lies and deceit on his own mother, which is crazy. Totally crazy. So I'll say this: one or none, 100 or 1,000. Get this through your thick head. Ain't nothing but a little 30, no 30,000 viewers ain't got nothing on 2 million. You ain't nothing but a ghoul to a goblin. And you think you're going to stop this man's mission. You're not. The only people that can stop Umar's mission are white folks. We're not worried about you at all. So keep on making your videos, keep on doing your little interviews or whatever. It's not going to stop anything. You're not proving anything. You're not proving nothing unless he has cussed you out, which I don't see him doing. You're mad because he put you on a plane and waved bye bye. Apparently, you were doing something that you weren't supposed to be doing with his mom. He paid you to do a job. He paid you to do a task, and this is how you treat him. Okay. He FBI papers. You're the one. You're the spy. You're the FBI agent. You the Fed. The anywho, let your 64-year-old butt go to another, I don't know, wannabe Tasha K or something like that. Get you a whole bag. By the time that runs out, you'll still be Mrs. Go 3,000, whatever. Meantime, in between time, Umar supporters, stay up.